All right, let me get comfortable here. Let me get comfortable. Let's put on the live chat. Live chat. Live chat, and then we'll wait. It's 1:55, so I've got some time. What do I get on me here? No, I've got some water on me from just fed the birds. So, what am I missing here? I know what I need to do. I'll be right back. I had to get my coffee cup, you know? Yeah, I still drink coffee in the afternoon, but I had to go get it. I couldn't I couldn't go without my coffee. Hey, Midwest old man and Sherry and Bobby, Rick's retirement journey. How are you guys doing? Ladies and guys. 280 zone. Is it Friday? I know. You were the only one. You look at all those comments, you were the only one that caught that when I said that. The only person that caught that. Or at least called me out on it. Maybe everybody else is heard that and just went over their head. Who knows? We were talking about the last video I did. I said we do lives on Wednesday and Friday, and 280 Zone says, "What do you mean Friday? What am I missing?" I said Friday instead of Saturday. So, dummy me. Hey, Gracie. Yeah, it's Wednesday, and it's a rainy day here in Cleveland. I was working on my steps yesterday, had a good day, and then today it's been raining, so I need to put some cement in there into the cinder block, and I'm getting close. And then I have to mortar up the side stones. Let me grab some of these stones. I just have them sitting out. So, hey, Carlos. Why not Friday and Saturday? Well, I don't know about that. Yeah, this is what I'm using. So, like, there's they have different colors, but they have a flat side, so they cut this, and then I'll be putting that up with the mortar and putting that up against the cinder block. So they have different types of, and this is real stone. I almost bought that Gen stone, and they liken it to like styrofoam. So there's another piece, and the only bad part about this is you have to put it together yourself. So you got to match. How is this going to go to this, and how's it going to look, and and I almost bought that gemstone, but it's like a styrofoam, and they wanted $450 or something for it. So this rock, I got all this rock, real rock, for well under $300. So, yeah, it's going to be a little bit more work, but I think it's worth it. I think it's going to look nice. If I don't screw it up, it'll look nice. And then you just do it once, and it'll be good for hopefully for the next people that own the house. Yeah, not too much goes over your head, huh? Cloudy, overcast, slightly humid. Yeah, same thing here. Overcast and rainy. I think we all got, or most of us got the same kind of weather. Yeah. Yeah, you're in the school pickup line. You finally made it live. That's nice. Popo Rich. Desperately need a break from work. I'm so glad to see the live pop up. Okay, well, you're at work. So are you working from home, Sherry? Because, I don't want your boss looking over there and seeing, hey, who's this buzz guy? Love Son, raining Medina. Was able to walk in a new park in Westfield area this morning. Another gorgeous park in this area. And Medina's good and bad because just like any community, it's a was a farm town, and it's now getting more and more and more housing construction, and hopefully they're doing it right. I haven't really checked it out how they're doing it, but I hate when you just see every corner, every piece of land being putting new houses on there. And not nothing against people that want to get a house and stuff, but man, it's just sometimes it gets a little bit crazy. I know it happened in our town, and it's still happening. Just and then the levies go up, and then it's constant. You need more police, you need more fire, you need more schools, and I know that's progress, but man, it's costly sometimes, especially when they give tax abatements to new homes. The builders, they say, "Hey, I'll build over here if you give me a tax abatement," and then the city will do that, and then they don't even get the revenue for X amount of years. So kind of crazy. Hey, Joe, how you doing? Hanging out in Colorado, trekking with Deb and Mike. I think you guys got a channel too, right? Pretty sure, if I remember, I've watched a few of your videos. Yeah, you work from home, Sherry? Okay, yeah. So you can take a break now and then. Hey, 280 zone, you only got 97, huh? Hopefully you'll stay under the 100. Oh, just you and the pups? Oh, okay. What kind of dogs you got? I agree. Been here since 1960. Yeah, but it's like that everywhere. It's just progress. There's not much you can do about it. Overbuilding. Yeah, but what are you going to do? It's the problem is people need housing, and I understand, but with that comes a price, I guess. Okay, Joe. Well, thanks for being here. Data centers are taking over and destroying. Yeah, well, it's just the future is going to be crazy. Hey, I wanted to show you guys Chihuahua and the others. Oh, Yorkies. You got small dogs. I'd be afraid of stepping on them. Being 6'4", my eyes, it takes a long way to look toward the ground, and I'd be stepping on those dogs. I tell you. I know Dana from Dana's Garden Retreat. She's got that little Yorkie, and she stepped on it a few times, I think. Hey, I wanted to show you. I got my grab bag. I mean, hey, you might want to see this. You might not. I don't know, but from Laser Focused Expressions, this is who my store I'm connected to. And this is a sample pack. So they got this newer hat that they're doing. So the back is not mesh. It's just a full, and doesn't have the Ziploc thing, I call it. And it's got the different logo here. So it's Buzz's Retirement Garage logo in the brown. And then a lot of people are buying mugs. And I'm glad, the coffee mugs. So this is a red one. I think this is going to come down. This is kind of I don't know if this is exactly the way they wanted it, but so it's like a closeout item. In other words, this should be down a little bit. So it was like a production error, basically. And then to see the size of the magnet, that's the size of the magnet. So, because it's hard to tell if you're on the website, but this is a magnet. When you're on the website, it's hard to tell the size. So just so you know what the size is on that. So, but this is a nice mug. It's really a nice mug. And I'm glad that we're putting out some decent merchandise. And let me show you. This is actually mine because we can't sell it with the YouTube logo. So you see the YouTube logo, but she made this up for me. These are on the website to buy, but you won't get the YouTube logo. So it's illegal to do that. And they are coming up, and these are nice. This is made by this is a Gildan, and it's soft inside. It's really nice. It's a decent sweatshirt. And then that's a sweatshirt. So then there's a hoodie as well. And this is, boy, this is thick. This hoodie is nice. I mean, if you're in a cold climate area, this is a nice hoodie. And again, I got the extra large here, but you see the logo. You won't get the YouTube if you order one, but this is also, I think this is a Gideon or Gildan as well. Yes, it's a Gildan as well, and it's a nice. That's a nice. See, I like these thick ones. I don't like the real thin ones. In Cleveland, you need the thick one, and this is a nice thick, but yet soft. So I think, and they wanted me to check them out and show them on the channel. And we've gotten quite a few orders. Matter of fact, Steve from Steve's Retirement Corner, he had showed off on his live. He showed off the mug and the hat. He bought a hat. Oh, I didn't show you the hat, but you saw it previously. And then he was on another channel, who he was wearing a Buzz hat. So I thought, Steve, that's pretty cool, Steve. Well, yeah, so that's what it looks like. Got any questions about it? Let us know. Yeah, prototype, exactly, Rick. You like that hat better? Okay. Yeah, it is quality material. Yeah, it's nice. And they're also going to come out with a different logo, because I want to get probably, by the time we get said and done, I want like 3 or 4 different logos so we can, choose different things. I want to have a vintage look. This one's more, I don't know. It's not a vintage look, but I kind of like the vintage look on things. So I asked them to try to put something together, and Freddie said that he knows something that he's going to try. But if you're a channel creator, and I think there's a couple of you out there, but if you watch this video later, this live as a video later, check out Laser Focused Expressions. They have done a really, really good job for me, and they are looking for new clients. I mean, they have places to keep the inventory. They have the latest machines. It's like Printify. They will do print on demand. So if you're the creator, all you have to do is get it set up on YouTube and set up with your PayPal or whatever. They do all the rest of the work. The orders will come in. They'll take care of it. You'll see what orders came in, and they take care of it. They take care of the shipping, and then you decide how you want to do. Like, there's certain things we're going to do as far as giveaways, and there are certain things where, where we decided free shipping after $50, and all those things we can work out. So they're very good to work with. And I just met with them yesterday to pick this up. They're local to me, which doesn't help you guys, but if you're a channel creator, they're the ones that grabs, just get some hats or something, just start out small if you want, and just get some hats and good Christmas presents. What the heck, right? Thank you, 280 Zone, for putting that out there. Yeah, vintage, I mean old, yes, old. Well, vintage is different to everybody. I heard somebody the other day said the 80s is vintage, and I said, really, the 80s? I'm thinking, okay. I'm thinking more like the 60s and 70s, even back to the 50s. Now, the merchandise sales, when you have quality products on your site, obviously you're paying more for that. I know the price seems a little bit higher but you're getting good quality. We're not doing cheap stuff, and so we take less of a profit margin, actually, so that we can offer quality stuff. So if that makes sense to you, but we'll see how it goes. I want to try to do this for a year or something like that, and just see where we end up. Maybe a design with a garage. Yeah, we got, hey, anything you guys suggest, send it to me, email it to me. If you want to create some AI stuff and send it to me, I've done that before. And, for my thumbnails, I'll just create an AI Buzz's Retirement Garage live at 7 or whatever it is. And I just let ChatGPT do it. and chat's come up with some pretty good ones. And so even and they're not exclusive, so you can take. I've asked chat, can I take your design and sell it? And they said yes. So there's no copyright to it or anything that chat does. There's no copyright, so that's good. But yeah, if you want to design something through chat, I've had a couple people send me some things in the past. And if you want to do that, hey, I'll take it. Hey Don, how are you doing? Yeah, thank you, 280 Zone. Yeah, Rick's retirement journey. You might want to try that too. Who is the dog on the thumbnail? That's what I used, Scott, for when we did our Pause for a Cause at the Berea ARF Animal Shelter. That was my thumbnail. That was my a dog that we got from the Cleveland Dog Pound back when the kids were little, and his name was Reese. Girl dog, 50 Heinz 57 dog, and it was a great dog. We had it, I think, I want to say 14 years. And one day I was at work, and I came home, and my wife wouldn't tell me, but she said, and the dog had, was getting older, and it was a good dog, but it actually died at the foot of my on the where I get out of the bed on that side. The dog laid down right there where I would in my bedroom where I would get out of bed, and it died right there. So, and I just remember I think it was in November, and I was outside because we bury our animals in our yard. And I was digging a hole in a November rain, and I got a call. I was working at a temporary job at Lear Corporation, and there was a problem with something, and I'm on the phone, muddy hands, trying to dig a hole in the rain, trying to bury my dog, and this guy barking at me, so to speak, about some product or something that they were trying to figure out, and it's like, man, I just remember that memory is like, oh man, that's when I really decided I'm kind of done with work, and that was 20 years before I actually did, but I think I was 40 some years old. I was ready to quit then, I'll tell you. I'm sure others have been in that position where you're doing something and you get a work call and you just gotta, man, you gotta refocus, and it's tough. It's hard, but interesting. I had to put my 13-year-old put down. Oh man, that sucks. Yeah, Scott. Yep. And the second dog, after we found another one on petfinder.com, and it looked just like Reese, and his name was Jack. Now Jack he was an interesting dog, but he looked the same. He had the brown and black on him, and he wasn't as smart as Reese was. He was it was an interesting dog. Um, but we had him for 13, and he just started walking around like in a daze. And then I had to take him in to be put down, and that was a tough day too. And because of those two things, I just decided not to get another dog. Partly because of those two, it's just hard. It's hard to do that. And I'm weighing the thing, I'm older, so do I get a puppy? Do I get an older dog? So then I started volunteering at the shelter, and I get my dog fix. I get to walk 3 or 4 dogs a day my shift, and that works for me. I get to see all of them. I get to give them bones, and that works for me. I get my dog fix that way, and maybe one day there'll be one that I just go, oh, I got to bring that one home. So it can happen, but we'll see. We're not in any hurry, but we'll see what happens. But I'm sorry, Scott, that you had to put yours down. Hey, Tracy Marie, how are you? So many companies just don't have compassion for people anymore. Well, just the companies are, there's two sides to that too, because I got to see both sides. And let me tell you something, the amount of people that complain, employees that complain, like one of the most famous things that happened at our place, and I was clued in on this all the time. I got shorted on my check. because they were at the time they were getting paid. They get paid per week, um, and they would come storming in. I got shorted 6 hours on my check. I want my money. I'm not waiting till next week, or I want my money. Da 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 da. And they just got nice people, but when it comes to money, they got belligerent. And I would say, okay, let's investigate. Let's find out. So I would go do the homework, and I'd go figure it out for them, and I'd be the one to have to come back and say, hey, did you take off half a day last because they get paid a week later, right? So did you take off that day you left? Matter of fact, here's your vacation slip. Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, that's right. And they would turn around and walk away. Don't even apologize. They would just turn around and walk away. And this happened a lot. It happened more than you could believe. They forget that they took time off or left early or came in late. And it was our fault. So yeah, there's two sides to how companies can operate. I'm lucky. The last company I was at. I was so fortunate that the ownership they were people uh, owners. They loved the people. And one guy, he's 81, former Marine. He's a partner of the owner. And he always said to us, every meeting, almost every day, people are our greatest asset. So I worked in a good company where they tried to treat people as well as possible. So I was really fortunate for 19, almost 20 years that I got to work with a company that let us grow, let us do what we kind of wanted without seatbelts, and they were kind to the people. If I needed to buy something or do something for somebody, no problem, just go do it. It was really nice to work for a small size company like that. Now, big companies, I've never been in a huge company, so I don't know. They're probably, I'm sure, less personal. But it all depends on your manager too, or who you report to, whether it's going to be a nice place or not, I guess. I still have his brother, 15 years. Oh, okay. Well, at least yeah, that's good. Been on both sides too. Managing employees was definitely the hardest. And again, we had great employees. But just like anybody, it's human nature. You think that you're getting slighted somehow, you lash out, and we just calmly said, we'll investigate it. If the lady in payroll screwed it up, we'll fix it. And if she didn't, we'll tell you why we're right and you're wrong. And most of the time it wasn't a big deal, but it was just like they came off so angry, so angry, like somebody did this on purpose to them. And then, when you tell them the facts, they just turn around like embarrassed that they even made a scene, and no apology or nothing. And it's just, that's how it went trust me, it happened many, many times. I guess that's human nature, but it's just sad. It really is. So, yeah, both sides. Yeah. Yes, Don, there it is. 280 zone's always taking care of me. So yeah, so we got 72 degrees here in Cleveland, and the starting to clear up a little bit. It was raining all morning, um, and like I said, I'm working on those steps, so I'd like to get this done today. So after we get off here today, I'll go ahead and run up to Home Depot and buy some more cement and maybe another bag of mortar. I'd love to get these things on. Get these mortared up today. That'll look good. And then I've got two limestone 72-inch by 12-inch. I'll drop those on there, and boy, I'll be done. It'll be nice little project. And I can get back to my bathroom. I always said the bathroom will be a rainy day project or a cold or winter project. And of course, it started last winter, so actually last fall. So I'm going on a year. But I did watch Happy on Monday, and she had just finished she did a house tour where she put her showing off her flooring. She said it took her 7 months, and I said, "Yeah, that's me." I mean, she had a lot of work there. You got to move all the stuff, the furniture, and I did our floor just like that too. Back in 2016, I think it was. I put almost the same color LVT that she did. Um, it's almost the same color, and yeah, it took me a while to do that too, because I did the whole hallway, the dining room, the family room, um, and did it all in that. The only thing that doesn't have it is the bedrooms, bathrooms, and kitchen. But yeah, if you see Happy on Monday, you could check out her. She's got a nice little place there. Yeah, she's got a nice little place. Browns beat the Packers. Yeah, JMP 96. They got lucky. They lost. I mean, that game was a they lost that game. I mean, that was just crazy at the end where they blocked a field goal. And look how many blocked field goals there were in the league. It's just nuts. Philadelphia got lucky. Where's Rich? Rich hasn't been around lately. I haven't seen Rich. Rich is a Philadelphia fan, and yeah, so Philadelphia they got that and scored at the end of the game. I think. Been doing a cooking video. Forgot your. Ah, that's okay. Hey, retirement is underrated. That's all right. You do your cooking video. It's that'd be interesting to see. It's the best time of year weather wise. Always took vacation in September. Yeah, just having that 2 weeks of beautiful weather. I mean, that was really nice. So if you're planning weddings or any kind of outdoor activities, I think the first 2 weeks of September are, really a good time to plan that. It cools. Well, it didn't actually cool down, but it actually did. No, it did cool down. The last couple of weeks, it wasn't like 95. It was, 80, and the humidity got dropped um, to a decent level, and it wasn't too bad. I wish I would have got all my outdoor stuff done, but I'll get her done. We still got time, but now we'll be raking leaves and putting everything away for winter time. Won't be long here in Cleveland, trust me. This is the best. Go Bells. Buffalo. I swear they used to play Cleveland so tough. And then that quarterback you got, I wanted because I think Baker Mayfield came out at the same time as the Ravens quarterback, at the same time as the Bills quarterback. And I kind of wanted to take that Bills quarterback, and I forget their names, but I kind of wanted them because I wasn't real high on Baker, but uh, and whatever, it worked out the way it worked out. So you got sunny and 62. Oh, that's good. I always think about steelhead fishing this time of year. Yeah, well, we didn't get a lot of rain, but that's going to help getting the rivers up. Now they're already catching a few near the mouth of the Rocky River, coming from Lake Erie to Rocky River. Um, they're catching a few stragglers, but nothing because the water level is so low. And the water needs to be up. We need some good rainstorms, and then drop it down a little bit, and that's when you go. Matter of fact, Saturday we have a down in the Cleveland Metro Parks. They got a steelheaders um, exposition. It's basically a bunch of vendors and some people that are part of the Metro Park system. It's right 2 miles away from me. I'm going to go down there Saturday. Um, and they sell jigs and different things and eggs and whatever. And I haven't been down there in probably 7 or 8 years, so I think I'll go Saturday and check it out. But yeah, that's steelhead time is coming up soon. We have squirrels running across the roof. Oh boy. 78 in San Clemente is forecasted. Well, that's nice, Slim. That's nice. I got my you see me scratching my arm. I got my flu shot. Is it red? Where does it up in? I don't know if you can see it. Man, I got my flu shot and they gave me the flu shot in the left arm, and they gave me pneumonia shot in the right arm, and both of them are hurting me. It's like I got it yesterday, but man, not hurting, but I could feel it. Like a on the pain scale of 1. Nothing drastic, but man, I can feel those things. So if you see me rubbing it, you know why. Yeah, but 78 in San Clemente is great. Yeah, I got to get my that rod hasn't moved in I don't know how long because here in Cleveland, you got two things. One, you can go down to the river. Well, there's inland lakes close by too, and they stock some of them with trout. There's what's called Berea Wallace Lake and Berea. They stock trout, and you can catch some trout. But when they do that, everybody and their brothers out there. It seems like, but there's a lot of places to fish. But like the rivers, it's usually like smallmouth bass or I mean, there's really not much to catch in the rivers, but it's fun to check it out. And then of course Lake Erie, that just the walleye. It's I don't want to pay the $70 and go drive an hour away to go on the headboat. I wish the headboat was closer and cheaper. I'd pay the 70, but I wish it was closer. And it's like an hour away. And if I get out there, you got to leave at like 5, and then you're out there for 6 hours, and then you're driving another. It's a long day. So I don't know. Maybe I'll do it in the fall here coming up. But they're catching walleye like crazy. So I got a shot a minute ago, but the button is rough on my throat. Oh, the burp. Dan, okay. You're day drinking again, huh? All right. Did the flu and shingle shot in one arm last week. It told them I needed one good arm. Oh, you got it in both in one arm? Yeah, and I'll tell you again, Mrs. Buzz will not do the flu shot. She just absolutely refuses. She thinks she got sick on it years and years and years ago, and I mean, sick, sick, sick. Now, was there? They say the flu shot can't. I just don't believe anything anybody says, so she might be right. But she's never gotten it, and so far it's been okay. But I'm a firm believer in getting the flu shot because I think it helps not only with the flu, but I think I've said this before with COVID. Um, back then, I didn't, there was no COVID shot in the beginning, and I think I got the COVID. Well, I know I did, but I didn't have hardly any symptoms, and I think part of it is because of that flu shot. I really do. Um, Whether that's true or not, I don't know. But hey, why not get it? And I didn't get them for years and years and years, but starting back probably around 11 years ago, I started getting them, and I'm going to continue on. Now, this is the first time I got the pneumonia, and I think it's every 5 years. But I was just looking at the schedule. Um, the paper that they gave me from the doctor's office said that the kids are supposed to get it within their first year, and then at 2 years, and then at 4 years, and then at 6 years, a pneumonia shot is what I'm talking about. And I thought, man, that's a lot of shots just for the pneumonia. So, and someone said, I read somewhere that kids by the time they're adults have 70 shots. Man, it just seems like a lot to me. I don't know. I don't remember getting all that back then, but I don't remember much anymore, so I don't know. Cloudy and windy here in Woodland. Ordered a yellow buzz. Oh, thank you. Elton's retirement journey. And Elton's got a channel if you guys get a chance to check him out. Received COVID and flu shot same day, same arm, feeling great. Oh, that's good. That's good. Your clickbait sure got attention. Yeah. Yeah. I watched, and I won't get into it, but I watched this. There's a video, and some people mentioned who it was. They kind of figured it out. Well, they didn't figure it out, but they were on the same wavelength as I was. Um, and this guy, I like this guy, but he does this. You know who I'm talking about? um, and he's been coming up with these titles, and I'm like, wow, what happened? Oh my gosh, and it's just BS. And I thought, and he's getting, but he's been getting views before he did all this stuff. So, but he's getting like, all these crazy views, and he's just got these titles that are, it's just so frustrating. So I thought, should I do this video? Cause I just, organically these things come to me, and I say, well, once I get it in my head, I have to do it. So, and I got so many people unsubscribed. They were like, ah, you're doing clickbait, and I said, well, watch the video, and I explained why I did the clickbait so that you understand. And of course, the video's gotten 6,000 views or whatever already, where I usually get 2 or 3. So it served a purpose. But it pissed off some people, though. That's the only problem. Did you all pay for shots? I don't know. I'm on Medicare and I didn't have to pay for anything, but I don't know if I'm going to get billed or not. I don't know. I just got over COVID, picked it up on the last day. Oh, really? David, how you? Hey, David in Progress. David in Progress has a channel too, and a very good channel. If you guys get a chance, if you're not hooked up with him, you should. Picked it up on the last day of a 2-week trip, and it coughed through. Oh man, yeah, that sucks. If your arm hurts, take some. Set of. I. That's funny you say that because I say the word acetaminophen or something like that, and Mrs. Buzz, you keep saying it wrong. You keep saying it wrong, and I said, okay, Tylenol. So I'm with you, Dan. Medicare personal health covers Medicare. Yeah, no way on all the shots unless it is alcohol. Arlene coming out of the woodwork. There she goes. I had a bad flu when I was 31. Doc told me nothing we could do for it. If we really, wow. The Guardians are on a roll. The Browns upset the Pack. Yeah, I think the Guardians are in first place, but David Fry got hit in the face. He was trying to bunt, and he put his face right into the baseball, basically. That was nasty. I don't know if you guys saw that, but that was nasty. You talking about? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Midwest old man, that's what I'm talking about. He's one of them. Although I like the guy. And that's the thing. I like him, so I kind of push off the title and I just, okay, whatever. But there's another guy, he does grocery stores. And I like this guy too. I like these guys, but it's just like I don't even click on him sometimes because just in every video he does shopping. And he's got his wife there too, and he does shopping like Costco or Aldi or different stores, and his titles always every single title. If you look up this guy, every single title is "You're not going to believe this. You're not going to believe what happened. You're just not going to believe this." And he's getting like 10 to 20,000 views. I don't know if it's because of the title or what, but he's a good guy and he does give you good content, so I can understand, but. It's just that I can't believe this. And like I said in the video, human nature, just people want to watch the car wreck. They want to drive by and see what happened. As the fender bender over there on the other side of the road, they want to drive by at 2 miles an hour and look. It's human nature. I guess that's the way it is. So last flu was sick 2 weeks. Ooh, that's not good. No more shots for you. Yeah, that's how Mrs. Buzz feels, and it may not be related to the shots, but she thinks it is, and everybody has their personal preference. So I support her decision. But when she gets sick, who got to take care of her? Me. So that's all right. She rarely gets sick, so I'm sort of glad. I'm the one that's always whining about things. Yes, yeah, I saw that lowest gas prices, but I saw that one. I didn't click on that one either. But he had a couple of them where he says he's quitting or he's dying or so. I don't know what he. I just passed them up. And then he'll have one like about the Toyota, a $20,000 or $10,000 or $20,000 Toyota or something like that. Now that it was just a regular title. And I thought, okay, cool. I'd watch it. I didn't watch it yet because I'm still so far behind, but I'd watch that one. But some of those are just crazy. Our Part D well care went from, oh, yours went down. You know what? In California, there's another person who said theirs went down as well. So I think California, you're getting to see a reduction where in Ohio, ours went from $0 to $7.60. Now, I just got a email from Medicare 365. He's the one that originally set up my wife. I forget his name, but he originally set up my wife on Medicare because being it the first time, we just let an agent do it just to make sure everything was correct. And he said the new prices for drugs will come out October 1st on the Medicare.gov website. So if you're looking to shop your medical Part D plan, October 1st, they should, the first, second, third, you can start going on there and looking for a better plan if yours is too high. Yeah, so David in Progress, that's another thing. If you guys get a chance, Hope to Prosper, Brett, Hope to Prosper is his channel. He just did a video where, he basically focused on the Rock Hall, but I was there with him at the Rock Hall of Fame in Cleveland. And if you see that video, check that video out. He goes through the Rock Hall. We spent 4 hours there or something, or 3 hours, 4 hours, something like that. It was a good time. It was good to see him. Good to see another creator, especially from way over in California. He came all the way out this way. A Great Lakes tour, he called it, and he's going to do 6 segments of his travels. But the first one is the thumbnail's got me standing there, so you can't miss it. Hope to Prosper. Check it out. Oh, you need to see a burnt steak every once in a while. Well, you know what? There's a part of the 3 word that grabs. Yeah. You didn't grill. Yes, I do, Dan. I do grill out. But now did you hear? I saw it. I think I saw it yesterday. In Mexico, there's some kind of parasite or some kind of, I don't know. I didn't see the whole thing. I just saw some worm or something. I'm thinking tequila. Nope. It's some kind of parasite that's getting into the cattle and in Mexico. And now the U.S. had to stop importing the cattle because of this parasite. So now, and they said steak prices are going to go even higher than they are right now. So I probably won't be eating a steak until next year, maybe. I don't know. Maybe I can afford that. What do they call that? That sliced stuff that's like this thick. What's that called? Steakums. Maybe I can get a steakum. No, but we've been grilling out. We grilled out chicken thighs. So we just did those. Matter of fact, we ate those 2 days ago. We ate them yesterday, and I think we're going to finish them off today. Matter of fact, for lunch, a little bit later on, I'll have a sandwich, a bun with put some, tomatoes, lots of tomatoes now we got, and have a nice little sandwich out of it. So, that when we cook like that, it's 3 days worth of dinners for us, and which is good. So it stretches it out. No shots for me. I've had the flu twice in 29 years, hoping my natural immunity. Yeah, Chris, there's nothing wrong with that. Again, each person has to decide. No 2 bodies are the same. I mean, technically you could say they are, but they're different. And what might work for one person may not work for another. There's always that point X% that doesn't take shots well. And, if you're in that point X%, yeah, you're better off not doing it and maybe taking your chances. I'm no doctor, but I think you should be able to do what you feel is right. I'm the same as Mrs. Buzz. Last time I got a flu shot, I was damn near. Yeah, that's where she was. And again, the doctors say, wow, there's no. It's just because you got the shot doesn't mean that's why you got sick. Okay, well, she hasn't been sick in years. She gets the shot. And like you, next 3 days, she's sick as a dog. Well, guess what? I'm putting 2 and 2 together. And I don't care what the doctor says. I'm sorry, but because that would be one heck of a coincidence. And maybe it was. But the odds, I don't think it was a coincidence. I think there was something somehow that she got it. So, but then again, each person, however they think. Barbie doll, how are you? 92 in Florida. Time to move back to Michigan. You won't be saying that come January. You won't be saying that come January when we're at 50 15 degrees, 10 degrees, ice everywhere, layer of snow. Uh, yeah, you won't be saying that. Get that cold breeze coming through the house. Even if you're insulated and everything else, you can still feel that heater coming on every 10 minutes. Oh, I dread that. I dread it. But at least that's one good thing about the bathroom that I'm doing. I at least got the super insulated. Now, in the outside walls, you can only go like R13 because they're only two by four studs. So you can't put like heavy duty stuff in there unless you frame it out more, which I decided not to do. So at least we'll get. I had blown in insulation that I had done myself when we bought the house, but having the R13 pink stuff in there, that's going to help, I think, a lot more. But yeah, 92 in Florida, yeah, that's tough. A few weeks back said he was going to be sued for telling us. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, yeah. He was trying to do some product because I actually clicked on that one. He got me, and he had some product that you pour into your engine or something, and he was gonna. And he didn't even talk about getting sued. Like it's like somebody else makes his titles for him. I don't know. It's very strange, but yeah, he was one of the guys that I was just laughing at. And they get, and his content is good, but you get these 30, 40, 50, 60,000 views. So think about it. If you're getting a penny or almost 2 pennies a view, do the math. He's making a killing off of these. And he doesn't even talk about being sued after you start watching the video. How am I missing? This always happens to me. I'm on live chat, but I'm always missing these things. You got to wait for, yeah. I got a rebate, Scott. I got a rebate check for my ACA health insurance over $400. Wow. No, I never got one. I was on ACA for 11 months. Hey, Kentucky Life with Debbie. I've never had a flu shot, but I get allergies or some. Oh, go to the doctor. Okay. We received our NOC and WellCare Part D thing. Oh, good. Barbie doll. That's good. That's good. And make sure you check the coverage because there was changes in the coverage too, like tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. Just check your drugs to see. You might, like in our case, we didn't have to pay for drugs. I didn't look to see, but like one went from $10 to $15. I don't think we're affected, but other people could get affected on WellCare. Since you brought that one up. My wife's Humana Part D went from 30 to wow, that's good too. Down to 990. Okay, you got a 360, Kirk. You got a $3.60 bump. That's not bad. 860. Yeah, Gary with 2 R's. Yeah, that's 760 for us. Man, maybe next year it'll go down. Aloha from Hawaii. How are you over there in a beautiful state of Hawaii? Ours is going up, so we'll be, yeah, open enrollment according to, like I said, Medicare 365. And I wish I could remember his name, but he said October 1st is when they'll have the stuff online at Medicare.gov. So I would wait. Me personally, I'll wait till the second or third and just make sure they have everything right. Hey, Kaz, how are you? Airplane. Yeah. Steak prices are up due to the Brazilian top butt lift, I'm sure. Yarn motivated. Never had a flu shot. Rain, lightning, and thunder here in central coast of California. Power went out. Oh, he had 4 hours of power out, huh, Greg? That was the last flu shot you got 14 years ago. I'm still a proponent for them. I think they're me personally. And again, I've had a history of cancer and stuff like that, so my thinking is skewed a little different than maybe a healthy person. Because I remember I never took them for all my life. Now I think differently. So Interesting. I was less sick this time as when I had COVID. Yeah, I hear that too from people, David. I do hear that from people, and it's just, I really don't. I don't know how to describe what's right and what's wrong because I'm not a medical person. I have no clue. They shouldn't be political. Follow your doctor's advice. There's a plus and minus to that because like they say, if some people don't get it, then it could cause issues. So but I what I don't agree with, or how should I say this? I'm not crazy about kids getting shots at 2 months or newborns getting Hep C shots. I just don't think that's right. But I'm not a doctor, so I don't know. But if that's true, that in the from the beginning to their teen years they're getting 70 shots, it just seems crazy to me that. But whatever. Yeah, I was just watching. They were talking about who is. I just saw it on a feed. I think it was on a YouTube feed. I don't know how I get some of these things sometimes, but it was Jim Carrey and some girl talking on Larry King in 1989 about the same exact thing they're talking about now is you shouldn't have to get these mandatory shots. And it was Jim Carrey who, in that genre of politics there. And he was really against it. And I guess they basically, poo-pooed him away. So, and it's just interesting how history can kind of repeat itself at times. Hey Diablo, fall is great, winter sucks. You got it. You put that in perfect perspective. You're absolutely right. I was forced to get a flu shot in 1997. Ah, Kaz, really? Retire? Wait a minute, where we go here? Just finished my filming roasted chickpeas. Not bad, but I'm no galloping gourmet. Now I just need to put the video together. Phone ran out of battery. Yeah, I watch some. Uh, I watch some people when they're cooking and stuff because I like to get different ideas of what people are doing. Um, so yeah, I'll watch a few of those videos for sure. You guys all live close together. Yeah, he had Midwest old man. Yeah, he's doing good. But again, I kind of like the guy. I think his name was Graham Keir. Could be the wrong. How's Mint Mobile? Mint Mobile's doing good for me. I like Mint. It's working out really well for me. Now I did. The problem is if you're a channel creator and you buy the 5 gig plan, which I did. I did 2 lives Saturday before, a couple Saturdays ago, I think it was. Um, and I used up almost my whole 5 gigs. So I had to buy an extra gig for $10. Um, and then, and let me tell you something, I ran out of that 1 gig and I had no internet service, no data service, if you want to call it that, no data service. And I didn't miss it. I didn't miss it. I was 3 days without data service and I didn't miss it. Not one bit because I didn't need it, other than shooting those lives. I didn't need it. So I'm just wondering now if I can almost do without a data plan, period, because you have your Wi-Fi at home. And, so I don't know. I'm almost thinking to experiment and just, but I'm signed up for 12 months. I'm on month number 4 right now at $15 a month. So I'll stick with it. Um, but yeah, I couldn't believe it. When I ran out, I was almost half panicked, and then because I've never not had a data plan since phones came out, and here I was with no data plan, and I lived. I survived. It's amazing. I liked your video yesterday. You're putting out clickbaits. Unsubscribe from channel because the creators exaggerated titles. Yeah, Greg, and I that was just I made some people mad, Greg. I lost 19 subscribers in that couple hours after I put that video out, and I got a couple people who I've been in contact with for a long time. They kind of scolded me, but if you watch the whole video and just not, and that's the problem. People just they have this thing in their mind about things, and if they watched the whole video, they would have seen me or heard me explain about the title and that. But a lot of people don't watch the whole video because it was long. It was 15 minutes long, so they didn't watch the whole video, and they just took their idea that I was trying to do something, and and they got mad about it. And oh well, that's the way it goes. That's right. That was his name, Graham Keir. Used to watch the show. There goes the flight. Yeah. Checking the provider pharmacies and the code. My insurance plan added another. Oh, really? Nah. I got to check mine to see if they did that. I'm going to get my first flu shot, but not sure when. Some doctors recommend later in the season, so they'll be the strongest in really freezing months. Don't know. Well, I like I said, I got mine. I figure in October is the best. Beginning of October, mid October, when people start getting shut in, it's not about the cold. It's about when people are more in contact with each other, it spreads more. So in the winter, at least in Cleveland, when the doors are shut, the doors aren't open because it's cold and they're shut and everybody's in together. That's when it starts, in my opinion, and it gets worse, in my opinion. So October starts to chill off here in Cleveland, and the doors get closed sometimes. So October is a good time to get that flu shot, in my opinion, depending on your area. Probably not COVID vaccine this time. I just had COVID and basically a bad cold now. If you think you're paying high prices on the kind of try Hawaii, you could pay $9. Well, yeah, I know. Yep, that's a problem there. I know. Doctors are sometimes salesmen for pharmacies. Yeah, and it's my doctor. Luckily, he's a young guy, born in 1985, and he's not a big medicine guy. Um, they even told me they give me some kind of percentage thing where it says my cholesterol, even though it's out a little bit. He said that there's some percentage on that came up on the screen, and he showed me I'm at 13.7%. And then once you get over 7.5%, they want to prescribe cholesterol medicine. And I'm like, you know what? 13 points. I said, can we just wait? Because I don't want to take any cholesterol medicine. And he goes, yeah, absolutely. Like he didn't push me on it or anything. So I'm going to do, because of my history, I'm going to do blood tests every 6 months. Medicare pays for 2 blood tests a year, I guess. So I'll do that. Preemptive. Be proactive instead of reactive is the way I look at it. Since I got sick 11 years ago, I want to be more proactive than reactive. So, matter of fact, I'm going to get my knee checked out in October 13th. I was telling my physician, I said, this knee's been bothering me. I said, I need it looked at. And he's like, okay, here's a guy. I know a guy. Here, go see him. And so I really like this doctor I got. And he doesn't push anything. Tier 6 plan when you see your bill. I'm getting my shot. I gave my kids all the shots. I trust the doctor. We don't need to get a new doctor. Well, yeah, and that's the problem because, we're not going to get into it here, but I saw the one thing with Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren where, remember when they were, RFK who was a former Democrat, they were jawing back and forth and said that, Elizabeth Warren got $850,000 from the pharmaceutical companies. And then Bernie Sanders said, we all have received money from the pharmaceutical companies. Now, don't quote me on that, but that's what I think he pretty much said was we all got that. So in other words, Democrat, Republican, everybody's been getting pharmaceutical money. Now, how did that change the congressmen's or how did that change their view on that, on pharmacies and shots and medicines? I don't know. I'm sure it's a case by case basis, but It's interesting that they all were, according to Bernie, they've all taken money. So see that as how you want to look at that. I don't know. Tim, how are you doing? I'm doing good, retire inspired. How are you today? Man, $800 in eBay sales today, and I'm in Mayberry, North Carolina. Oh, cool. Yeah, I like the way retire inspired. I like the way you can how you got it set up where you can still do your sales when you're traveling. I like that. Suburban barbecue. You did make it in time. We're at an hour right now, but we'll go another 15 minutes if you guys want. You didn't receive the notification. If you've already addressed this, I find it when I'm watched from the beginning. How did Sunday go for you? I did not address that. Um, Sunday went fine, and we're days away, maybe a week away from doing a video explaining this whole thing. It's not as big of a deal as you might think it is because I'm kind of making it to be a big deal, but um, it's going to be an interesting story, and there is a lesson to be learned, and that's why I want to bring it to you guys because there is a lesson as a retiree or a person who's about to retire, or if you have family. There's a lesson in here that we can all heed. Um, so hopefully by next week. But to answer your question, it went good. It was fine. Yeah, endorphin seeker. Now you watch the video. I was just yeah. The whole clickbait thing is really frustrating to me. It's overused. Yep. Yeah, I know you never please it. Well, and I already know that. I taught my kids when they were growing up. I said, you can do something and 50 and just I've said this before, 50% of the people will like it, 50% won't. Of course, those percentages will change depending on what it is, but you're always going to have someone who doesn't like something, whether because they just don't like you or whether because they don't their ideology is different than yours or how they think is just totally different. They're just not going to like it. So, you cannot please. And I always told them, don't take that as a don't be sad about that because it's just in everything you do in your entire life, it's going to happen. So you may think, well, this is the greatest thing since sliced bread. And then all of a sudden, someone's going to come out and say, wow, that's terrible. And you're sitting back going, what are you talking about? It's terrible. But that's how people think sometimes. So, but you're right. Yeah, people need to learn how to increase the speed of the playback to save. And yeah, so you can't do it on everything, but I think on my TV and my computer, you can go to there's a box to the right, and you can bring up I think there's 3 or 4 things that you can change, and speed of the video is one of them. So if you want to go at 1x or 2x, I think you can go up to 3x. I haven't done it in a long, long time. That option is there for people to do. But that's Greg. That's a good, very good point. I scolded Buzz, but it was a lighthearted scolding because he scared me. That's okay, Sherry. I just watched a guy. What was he called? Mariner, something Mariner. He had a video that he said he just lost 112,000 subscribers this year or something, and he was fine with it. And he gives reasons why. So this whole YouTube thing is kind of crazy. Um, I guess his point was he only wants the subscribers who stay and watch his videos, who really like him, instead of people who just subscribe and then never come back to the channel again. Because it gives an inflated number. And I'm sure that's happening with my channel too. There's, if you got 30,000 subscribers, but you only have 5 or 6,000 that, come around continuously, maybe you only want 5 or 6,000 subscribers because I don't know. You have to watch his video. It's a long video, but he's called something Mariner. He's got 87,000 subscribers right now. He does a lot of different things. I just watched him today, but I can't remember his first name. I must this Rick's retirement journey. Um, Parma has become too big and greedy. Yeah. One girl driving down State Road, if you know where this is at, or Broadview Road, got pulled over. She was doing 30 and a 25. I got pulled over in that same spot, but I was doing 42 years ago. But yeah, they're doing a lot of aggressive ticketing out there. Who's very entertaining. My husband just announced his retirement yesterday. All right. Best 40th anniversary gift ever. Oh, that's super. Periwinkle Rabbit. Tell him from all of us. Congratulations. Buzz, do you put up the True Tone lights soon when it's still warm? No, I probably won't do it till November. Yeah, thank you, JMP96. Johnny Carson asked George Burns what his doctor thought about him smoking. He replied, "My doctor is dead." Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. That's wonderful. Perway, a new chapter. Hey, Buzz, I appreciate your support. Smaller YouTube channels. You're truly a man of character. Hey, hey, share the wealth, man. Share the love, share the wealth. That's what life's all about. If you're not that kind of a person, then you're missing out. You're really missing out. Share the love, share the wealth. Be kind. It's not hard to do. It's just not hard to do. Be helpful. Be kind. Look out for each other. It's not hard to do. If it's not in you, it's not in you. But I think most people are kind-hearted. If you dig down far enough, you find it. I had a mentor tell me not to worry when everyone likes you. That means you are not being yourself. Yeah, that's true too. Especially when you're young, you're always trying to be somebody you're not, and that's what's getting these kids in trouble now. The social media aspect. I have said this over and over again. I would have never liked going to school with the social media the way it is now. It's it's really sad. I feel bad for the kids. Lincoln said you could please some of the people. Yeah, that's right. Rob the Mariner. Yes, DIY as I see it, and you've got a channel too. If you guys get a chance, DIY as I see it. That's a good channel. But Rob the Mariner, yeah, he just did something where he lost 112,000 subscribers over the course of the year. Yeah, thank you. Um, don't scare us like that again. No, I was trying to prove a point. I'm done with that point, so don't worry about it. But I am thinking about doing something else along with this, and it'll be very slow, and we'll see how it goes. Still waiting on my retirement date, supposedly October 16th. So glad no social. Yeah, boy. Yeah. So anyway, getting back to, I did a video where I said 30,000 subscribers, and I may quit YouTube. May quit YouTube, and the whole point was getting onto this clickbait crap that I see everywhere, and people are just making a ton of money by using this clickbait, and there's no substance behind it. A lot of these channels, there's they talk about something. There's really not a big substance behind it, and we just mentioned a couple of people, or one of the guys who does that quite often. Even though I like the guy, he's not getting clicks from me on some of his videos. Trying to get Purple Crown not working. Well, I think Dan, your day drinking's got to stop here. Most people have no idea this is about to happen. Yeah, exactly. But it works. That's the problem. It works, and as long as it works, they're going to continue to do it. And yeah, and again, that was just my little rant for for that video. It's my little rant. I won't discuss it again. Yeah, the king of clickbait is Scotty. That's right. That's one of them I was thinking of. And again, I didn't want to throw channel names out there. It's not fair because he's not here to defend himself. So I don't want to throw him under the bus like that. Ron, I'm not. I'm just looking at different things uh, related to talking. So live is one thing, but I don't make any money on lives. Even though you might be watching ads. Saturday, I don't put the ads on till after we're done. But on Wednesdays, I leave it. I leave the ads on, and I make like $3 to $5 for an hour and 10 minutes. So, or 15 minutes, whatever it's going to be. So there's no money in lives. Now, there's other platforms where you can make money by sponsorships and some different things. So I'm looking at different ways because I like to talk, but you don't want to see me doing a live on YouTube every day, right? So we'll see how it goes. Hey, Mark's Weather, how are you? See who I missed. Yeah, I didn't miss anybody. That video of yours says, yeah, 6,100. See, right, Midwest old man. So that's to my point. And even though it's not that great, I lost 19 subscribers and I picked up, when I looked today answering the comments, the plane answering the comments. See how it's just infrequent, how they come by? Like it was 15 minutes ago, and then here comes another one. And they always wait till I'm doing a video. So maybe I have to hide this microphone over here. Lost my train of thought. But yeah, so I'm going to look at different venues and different ways to do things. And I mean, it may not go anywhere, but then again, it may. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, the 6,100 views. That's what we were talking about. 6,100 views. So normally that video or a video like that would probably get 2,000 to 3,000 views. So it's double just because I used that clickbaity title. So, it proves the point. Anytime, and that's what the vloggers do now. They see this opportunity and they just go ahead and start clicking on it. Or I'm sorry, they start to put these titles out there for people to click on. And they try to make them as crazy as they can. And again, am I jealous? Maybe I am jealous because I can't do that. I don't have it in me to fool the people. Let's put it that way. But YouTube is a ever changing environment, and and if you don't like something, like they used to say on TV, well, you got to take that show off of TV. You got to, what was it back in the 70s? You got to take this show off the TV. You can't show. Well, just don't watch it. Turn the channel. It's like, why do you have to take something off the TV? Just don't watch it. And it's the same with me. And if I see these clickbait, I just don't watch them. But a lot of people do. Going back to my point about the rubbernecking, when you're see an accident and you got to slow down to 2 miles an hour on a 70-mile-an-hour highway so you can see the accident. The people will do it. And as long as they get enough people that think like that and do that, they're making all kinds, and they're not going to stop. They're just going to keep going. So interesting. That's okay that you're late. That's all right. I know what people were discussing. Buzz is not going to quit. Yeah, Scotty's laughing all the way to the bank. That's right. Replacing toilet oats for my mom. Not have a test. Toilet oats. That's kind of gross. Toilet oats. Now I'm hoping. Are you thinking toilet seat? Because toilet oats that just sounds gross. I've worn the purple crown. It isn't all great. Oh, you unsub from Scotty? Yeah, I'm not a subscriber to him, but I do watch his videos. Hey, retired 2019. Yeah, you are late because we're getting out of here in about 5 minutes here. Yeah, Mark's Weather, I hope everything's going good for you. Parts. Oh, toilet parts. Okay. I knew what you were saying. I thought you meant toilet seat, but you're just talking parts. Okay. Dog and his lawyer, Rob Maritimer. Yeah, he just came across my feed, and it's funny because I do this video about 30,000 subscribers and this, and then all of a sudden a guy comes on my feed who I don't subscribe to, who says he lost 112,000 subscribers. I just thought that was interesting and worth a look. Now, it was a longer video, and I didn't spend the time I wanted to on it, but I got the gist of it, and I'll probably go back to it because he's got a way of thinking about things too. The other thing that stress is addiction to the numbers is to stick neat. Yeah, stay in your lane. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, they do say that. There's everybody says something different. One guy says don't do short videos. Um, I forget what Kevin Colby, Kolbe, I think Kevin Colby. I started following him, and he just put out a video about all the changes YouTube is doing. And he said, and I don't know why, but he said he got rid of all his short videos. Um, and I even commented saying that AI is going to take over a lot of things, and he disagreed with me. So, okay, he's old school, but he's a good guy. I like watching him, and he's taught me some things about YouTube. So, if you're a channel creator, Kevin Colby might be, if I'm saying that right, he might be a good channel to check out. Yeah, toilet oats are not appealing. I just got a bill for extra 180 from the for root canal. Oh, 1540. Oh man. Dollar Tree was just packed, even though their prices have gone up too. Yeah, Dollar Tree's always usually got a good crowd going in and out. There's so many of them though. There's only 3 channels back in the. Yeah, well, there was 3 main channels, right? Now we had WUAB and WKBF, and we of course the PBS station 25. Carlos, just don't pay it and say to the dentist when he asks him, tell him it's like pulling teeth. Oh man, that's a good Dan. You are on it today. You are on it. They make a big deal of getting the right thumbnail and using the right keywords. Well, it's true though, just because there's a lot of competition out there. I mean, if you were the only one out there, then it's fine. But with all the competition, we're all fighting for those views, and people are just keep upping their game. Um, right or wrong. Oh, those Smothers brothers rocked the boat way back. Well, yes, they did. That was they were 2 of them. Yes, that's just funny seeing Goldie Hawn when she was young like that, and then watching her uh, nowadays. She's man, I don't know. She's underrated in my opinion. I think she's pretty good. I work 2 jobs. One is driving tow truck, and when I'm not, it's clearing up accident scene. There's always people slowing down. Yeah, that's exactly right. You got to be careful out there, Midwest old man. You got to be careful. Oh, you getting ready for your class? Okay, because you're a college professor, I think, if I remember correct. Hey, Sue, just in time to say hi and bye. I try to keep it simple when I do my videos, no glamour or glitz. Maybe see you Saturday at the bookstore. Okay, take care, Rick's retirement journey. Go Tribe, that's right. I started watching Kevin Colby too. Good advice, like looking at the camera. Yes, yeah, he's pretty good. He's fair. He's been in TV before, so yeah, he's a pretty fair guy. And I've learned some from him. Um, some of the other ones that they try to tell you this and that, I'm not crazy about. But if you're a channel creator, you kind of focus sometimes on how to learn more things, and like especially if there's YouTube's coming out with new things and you don't know about it. And Kevin kind of tries to let everybody know that he's not for everybody, but for us channel creators, he's a good guy to watch. WKRP in Cincinnati, yep, with Lonnie Anderson and all them, yep. There's now a Leedy near me. That place is packed every week. Now, where's that at, Sherry? Where's that at? Is that? I think you told me that before. You mentioned it on the live, but I don't remember. Did you say that was in? I can't remember now. Oh, Raleigh. Oh, okay. Well, that's not that's not what I was thinking. There was a store that opened here in Ohio, not too far from me, and it must not have been you that said that then. Um, but it was like a name like that. It wasn't Aldi. You have them nationwide. You're so right about being nice. It costs nothing, and you get more happiness and less stress. Kindness even works on hateful. No, I don't think it works on hateful people. I really don't. I don't. Captain Billy, holy cow, what are you doing? Did you taking a break from Menards or what? Are you in the toilet aisle? Because somebody's working on toilet parts. If you look back at the comments, so do you want to sell them some toilet parts? Time to stock up on paper. Oh, you went to Costco, yeah. Yeah, I try to only go once a month there. Oh, so okay. All right. So I don't have a leady, if I'm saying it right. I don't have a leady around here that I'm aware of. There could be one, but not within my range anyway. Like I said, I rarely go to the Aldi up here. I can't say Aldi's because then Vicky will chew me out for saying Aldi's, but Aldi. Do you get to take a nap daily? Not me. I don't take any naps. I get up. Don't forget, I go to bed around 1, 2 in the morning. So I get up at 8, 9, 9:30, and I'm good all day. He wants to see some toilet oats. Yeah, yes, that's right. He's got to see toilet oats. No more parts. All done. And wonder of wonders not leaking. Yeah, give it a time. Give it time. Oh, that's good. It's good that you because a plumber would have charged you $500 for that. So, not to take anything away from plumbers, they need to earn their money too. But you just saved yourself $500. Retirement range is 5 miles. Yes, that is funny. You guys are on today, man. You do. You change your range when you retire. Before retirement, okay, you'll drive an hour somewhere. Now it's like, yeah, if it's down the street, I'll go. If it's further than that, I don't need it. All right, up the street from me. Oh, okay. You have an Aldi right up the street. Rarely go because their selection is half the time. Yeah, I've gone there a couple times and I'm just not crazy about it. I mean, it's still fine. We shop at Aldi here and Walmart, cheapest prices. Yeah, I have to go to Walmart. Now we got a helicopter. It's got a low ceiling, so helicopter is probably low. Aldi's got or Walmart, I should say. I haven't been in there in a while, but they have some gluten-free items as well that Mrs. Buzz likes. But we just haven't gone over there in a long time. I'm gonna have to put that on the calendar. Maybe hit that one of these days soon, just to see what they got now. I do most of my grocery shopping at cheaper prices, and I love their German foods. For everything you want online now, no need to even leave. Yeah, see, retire inspired. I don't do that. There's always a cost to that, and I guess I'm old school. I'll probably not until I get to a point where I moving is hard. Walking is hard. Then I'll do it for sure. And I'm glad that's an option for older folks or physically disabled people. I'm glad that's an option because that helps so much for those type of people. But while I'm able, I'll still keep going and shopping. But you're right. I like the retirement range. Your range is 10 miles. We like the taste and price of the beef. Okay, get to the chopper. That's right. I just saw they keep replaying that movie. What Predator, right? Yeah, I always see that, and every time it comes on, I gotta. I don't care if it's at the beginning, middle, or end. I'm always putting it on. My hubs likes to pick up our own produce, so we go to this. Yeah, and I told you guys, and I'm not knocking it at all, but when I go to Sam's Club, there's 16 spots. Yeah, I did count them, and usually all 16 are filled with people waiting for their groceries. And I've gone in, like I saw this one purple car, a nice real Dodge Charger, I think it was, purple, looked really nice. The guy's got it decked out and everything, and I'd give him the nod, hey, nice car kind of thing. And I go in, I do my shopping, and I'm going up and down all the aisles at Sam's Club. And I come back out, and he's still sitting there, and I'm like, why didn't you just go in and buy your own stuff? But whatever. I mean, it works for people, but not me. I would have to go in. Yeah, and that's the other thing. When they're shopping for you, you don't know if they're checking expiration dates because I've seen the shoppers in there. They just grab stuff off the shelf, and they're not looking at like you might have in the front or even in the back. Because some stores hide their, they take the oldest or the one that's going to expire first, and they stick it in the back because they know people are grabbing it from the back. So I always look at expiration dates on everything I buy. I mean, it's like it's a habit, and I can tell you those shoppers who grab things to put in the cart to take out to you in the parking lot, they're not looking at expiration dates. So hopefully that's not affected anybody. But And again, not taking anything away from it. If you use that, that's fine. And as long as this $35 delivery is free. Okay, well, that's good. $35 is 2 boxes of cereal. I know. Um, we shop local Marks, and they got the Cheerios, pumpkin spice Cheerios, which I love. And I think they're $4 a box if you get it on sale, right around $4. Regular box, not the family size. And I was so lucky. Um, I think it was the end of, I don't remember exactly when it was. They actually marked them down to 99 cents. And I think I bought 8 of them. I was just set up with cereal for a long time. But I just love the pumpkin spice Cheerios. I think they're one of my favorite cereals. We really look over every tomato, apple, etc. Yeah, that's good. Most of the time, these stores like Costco and Aldi and Marks and Walmart and Sam's Club, they do a pretty good job with their produce. Although, the asparagus, man, it dropped down to like 5 something during the summer. Now it's back up to 8 something for a bushel of them. Man, it's just hard. Blueberries went back up from 3 something to 6, almost $7 again. Man, it's just tough to buy fruit and stuff in the wintertime. I wonder if you order something online and when you get it expired. Yeah, I don't know. You guys tell me. That'd be interesting. I always put a note asking shoppers to choose items with. Oh, okay. I don't know if they do that, but yeah, you could have people that do that. The in store shoppers who was in the wholesale business would read every label and have a story about the company. Oh, no kidding. You miss Mark's. Yeah, Mark's is just one of my favorite stores. It really is. You never know what you're going to find there. I'll tell you real quick, and then we'll get off here in 4 minutes. But I was at Mark's one time, and they had these razors. So it was a razor with the handle, and it was $2.90, and they had a $3 coupon on it. Take off the coupon, it was $3, and they were selling the one razor for $2.90. And I said, something doesn't seem right. So I called one of the kids over and I said, hey, does this look legit to you? And he goes, yeah. He says, we just got these in. So, there's a couple guys that were walking through the aisle and they're hearing our conversation. So everybody's like, whoa, what? And man, I grabbed a handful of them, and it was like $2.90. The coupon was for $3, but they don't give you 10 cents back. And I got all these razors for free. And these guys behind me, I said, okay, dude, I'll save you some, because I was going to grab them all. I said, no, I can't do that. I said, dude, grab some of these over here, And then I think that they were sold out. And between me and the two guys that were there, we probably took every single one of them. But you got to be around. And Mark's, that's sometimes you get into those where, you get some really good deals. I wonder if you order some. I always put a note. Okay, old family friend. It was okay. I miss Mark's. Retired inspired. Yes, they will. I heard the Wednesday show was boring. Um, yeah, Captain Billy. I don't know how we get along without you. I really don't. It's tough. I'm glad you're here. I love that store when you lived in Lakewood. Yeah, always check your expiration date, especially on sale items. That's good. Thank you, Captain Billy. Thanks for that information. Trying to say it's boring today. No, you know what? You know what? He wants to. I gotta show his artwork. Every time I gotta show artwork. See, Kaz has her artwork up here. There. Cartoon Mark has his artwork there. There's another Captain Billy one right there, and there's the cranes right there. So I got to show his artwork. I don't want him crying. Should have grabbed them all. Good eBay inventory. Yeah. No, I'm weird like that. It's like I want to, again, share the wealth, let somebody else be as happy and surprised as I am. I know it's weird to think that way, but I do. So that's why I'll never be a millionaire because go see Buzz at the shelter. Yeah, I'll hook you up with a pup. Thumbs and down for you on Saturday so you can. Oh, man. Oh, yes, I actually made it. Hey, Life After 60 with Resting Witch Face. Boy, I have not watched your content as often as I should. I see you've got more than a couple videos out there, and I've said this before. It's hard to keep up with everybody, but I see yours popping through, and I'm like, man, I got to spend some time on hers. So if you guys get a chance, she's got a good channel too. You get a chance, check her out. Life After 60 with Resting Witch Face. Carlos, grab these lives are a little bit like romper room. They can be. All right. Well, since Captain Billy's here, it's time to go. I got to run up to Home Depot and get my cement, and hopefully it's still raining a little bit. But if it clears out, I can get that mortar. Hopefully, I can get everything done today, and maybe even finish these steps today. It would be really nice to get that done today and tomorrow. Have it finished up, and then I'll show you some pictures and put something together and show you my project. So anyway, we will see you all later. And remember, don't forget for all you latecomers, Buzz's Retirement Garage, 280 Zone. You still here? Plug that up one more time. And one of the hats with the other logo, Buzz's Retirement Garage logo. All good quality stuff. I mean, I got the sample pack because I kind of wanted to see what everything was. Like this sweatshirt, if you like heavy duty sweatshirts, hoodies as they call them, you won't have the YouTube logo, but and we're gonna come out with some other ones. So thank you, 280 Zone. So if you guys get a chance, grab a sweatshirt or two. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you being here on a Wednesday. We'll see you Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern, God willing. And until then, stay out of jail, do good for others, and we'll see you later.